Alright, this car has been here before, you might remember it. We did the airbox mod, header, and tune. Well, it also has the LHT twin loop and a Clutch Masters clutch and lightweight flywheel, so it is ready for a Kraftwerk supercharger. So this is what the engine bay looks like. We're going to make this a slightly different video to our usual, where we're putting all the detail in it, because you know what we do. So from now on, you will see this car get built and some music. Alright, so you Kraftwerk guys, you know what this guy is, right? This actually bolts on the cylinder head, and it sandwiches between the head and the VTEC solenoid. This bolt here, threaded portion, is a mounting point for the bracket. Well, they just made an improvement to it, and it's a pretty good size improvement. I'd like to say it was this gasket. It's not. This is still no good. You need a factory Honda OEM VTEC gasket. You take the screen out of one side, you leave it in the other. You know that, right? We talked about that. Well, this bolt's here. Maybe about a year ago, they replaced those bolts with ARP bolts, so they're a much stronger bolt. Well, now they have actually come up with a new addition. It's this piece right here and an extra bolt. What happens is, it's actually a pretty clever idea. This screws here, so now you've got another mounting point. This mounts to the front timing cover and this to the side of the motor, so you've got a little bit more secure on this bracket. This portion here, it's more triangulated. Well, we didn't go out on record and show you one of the things that we have done, but we addressed a similar problem or a similar fix with our brackets maybe about 25-30 kits ago. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. Alright, you ready? This is what we have been building for about 25 to 30 kits. This piece here is welded to the existing bracket. What we do is we build this piece. It's all chamfered, welded, it's root welded and double pass welded. That way this bolt is an extra bolt in the head. It's a 10mm bolt. We replaced these with the ARP bolts. We've been replacing those actually before Kraftwerk did it in their kit. And then we have the addition to that bolt here. So of course we can't go out and tell you all the secrets we do, because then, you know, remember Coca-Cola? They still won't tell me what's in their Coke, because I could save a fortune by making it myself. So that is what our bracket looks like. So we're going to test this, and hopefully it is a good solution. And if it is, we'll give you guys the info and tell you what to use and if you should use it or not. Remember, VTEC seal from Honda. Get the OEM gasket. Don't use the one that's included in the kit. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Alright, so this is the part number of the gasket you need. Write this down. This is the OEM factory gasket. So you're going to buy 2 of these. You're going to open it with your teeth, unless you have one of those little flick knives that everybody on YouTube seems to have. This is what the OEM gasket looks like. First off, the rubber is completely different, but it's rounded. It's like a round tube. That way when it squishes between the parts, it actually has somewhere to go. This is the Kraftwerks one. You see the difference? First off, it's like inner tube rubber. And again, I'll defend their kits. I'll tell you the kits are fantastic, but this sucks. It just is a problem. Every time we see this, it leaks, the material breaks and it goes inside, it gets stuck inside the VTEC on it. It's no good. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get 2 of these. Open it with your teeth. It's not recommended by the ADA, by the way. So you're gonna take 2 of these. One of them, you're gonna take the seal out. It's pretty easy. You're just gonna pull this little part back, and then you don't need that, discard that. So you're gonna have one, and then one with the gasket, and one with the screen. Alright, our favorite GSS 342. This is the pump that we use. It's the pump we use and recommend and put in almost every single build that we do. Alright, so one thing unique about this, and this was a special request by the customer, he wanted the Black Series kit, but he wanted the regular silver intercooler, which is almost polished. So this is like a special request. We have to actually order it this way. So that's kind of cool. And the wrinkle valve cover he wanted, but he did want to keep the centerpiece silver and gold. See it a little bit better this way. After we brush the letters, you can see how much silver it is. It looks kind of cool. Put a whole new gasket kit in, like we usually do. These hoses are ran. As you see, the reservoir is here. The filter is hidden. Much cleaner. You know, I might just think that it might be better than the music I can find.
Hey, you never know.
So you remember our quest for the perfect VTEC solenoid cover? Well, this is our favorite so far. And because we're doing a lot of things in satin black, this will be a perfect addition. Alright, so now is a perfect time to change the headlights. These are not terrible, but as you start looking, they've got those like spider cracks in there. So even if you wet sand them, polish them and refinish them, you know, those cracks, I don't know what you'd call it. It's almost like a shattered look inside the lens. So this is the factory Honda replacement light. And again, you can buy the aftermarket stuff, but nothing looks as good as the factory Honda stuff. Look at that, that makes a world of difference when you change the lights. I mean, look at that, it's absolutely crystal. So this will make a big improvement to this car. So we're going to change the LED bulbs to the Philips, or should I say I'm changing the bulbs to Philips. The LEDs are much brighter and they're white. I'll show you what's in the car right now. Alright, so the bulb that comes on with the first click, the parking light, is yellow, and the lens in the headlight is white. So when we change that to LED, it'll be bright white and it'll match the HID headlight. Alright, let's give that a shot. Yeah. Hard to see in camera, but these suckers are bright. This is the Philips, like, you might have seen that Corvette video I did. I went through a whole bunch of different LED lights till I found the ones that suited me. So that will definitely match the HID when we put the new headlight in there.
Let me ask you this. This conversation started about an hour and 10 minutes talking about racism and black movement.
Alright, so we're going to change the diff fluid It's not absolutely awful, but the fluid did come out a little dark, and it has a little bit of noise in the diff. Nothing terrible, but definitely a little bit of noise. So we're going to change the fluid and put some Mobil 1 75 140 in there. Any idea what this is? Yes, SEMA tickets. So we have SEMA tickets for myself, for George, and 2 other of the LHT guys are going to Las Vegas. And if you are going to Las Vegas, check out Honda booth 20166. George and I will be there, opening day, 11 o'clock. We're going to do a meet and greet. We're going to take some t-shirts, some stickers. If we can take any of the goodies, we'll take it with us. Honda are going to have some stuff to give out, so come by, say hi. I wish I could help you guys out. This is the biggest show in the world. If you are a car guy, this is it. Everything you have ever seen, dream, imagine, it's there. People ask why we go. 1,000 reasons. We make connections, we make contacts, we meet companies, we see new ideas, we see new products. We get inspiration, stuff that you kind of think about. You get to see someone else has executed it. You get to see how they've done it. You get to speak to the person that's done it. It's absolutely a magic place. It is literally electricity in the air. Anybody that's ever been to SEMA, as soon as you walk in there, it's electric. And everyone is on a high. Everyone is excited. Everyone is happy to be there, to share their ideas, to promote you, to promote them, to help you. It's fantastic. So if you're at SEMA, 20166 Honda booth, opening day, 11 o'clock. Alright, so hopefully you've been following the series on the hatch, and the final video is still to come, and the customer is picking it up. Right now, the red car is on the dyno. It's strapped down, everything's ready. We've already loaded in one of our base maps. We've done a little bit of drivability with it. We will show you the dyno from before. This was the one that we did the header, the airbox mod, and the tune. I think it did like 225 or something like that. It made some good power. It's 92 degrees in here, so we're gonna go ahead and do some light throttle runs with the map that we have. Every car requires a little bit of tuning. There is no such thing as one map fits all. I wish there was, because this is car number 58, and it would save us a lot of time if that was the case. So we'll load in our map, which we've already done. We'll do some runs, do some partial runs, make sure it's good, then we'll do a full run, and then we'll show you some comparisons. Sound good? Alright, so we're doing some runs right now on zero smoothing. I'm not going to give away all my tricks, and I'm also not going to say how we do it, because everybody has their own way, and I'm not going to contradict what somebody else does to tune. But typically I will run with zero smoothing on the dyno. That way when you look at the graph, it doesn't look nice and smooth. If it's got any imperfections, you're trying to use as many forms of data as you can to tune a car. You can't go by just what the laptop is telling you. That's why you see often I'll run to the tailpipe, I'll run to the engine, I'm looking at the dyno, I'm looking at this. We're trying to get as much input as we can. Detonation we can see in the tailpipe, sometimes we can hear it in the engine, we can see it on the graph if we put it on zero smoothing, because right now we're picking up what is known as false knock, which is noise from the engine. And I can hear the supercharger belt flapping a little bit. Well, just before you start pushing any limits, what I do is I immediately highlight that area and take a few degrees of timing out to see if the noise is still present. If it is still there, it's not knock. And also if it takes power away, it needed the timing. There's a lot of little things in there. And that's what I'm doing right now. And again, go over my graph and take the data that's it shows, and the data up on here, also by the noise that I'm seeing. And I often look at the camera, I will get the graph in the background, or the dyno graph, and look at where I'm seeing it, and you know what I'm saying. I'm over talking, you see what I do? you're wondering what that was the spark blowing out. So just pull the plugs, re-gapped them, tightened them up a little bit. We don't know the miles on these coils, but sometimes the older the coils, they're not as strong. And you gotta tighten the gap up a little bit more. Car's already running 13.5 pounds of boost. The blowers will sometimes vary from 13.5 to 14.5, and the boost might actually go up as it breaks in. But let's go ahead and run it, see if it's clean. Alright, so the blue run is this car when it was tuned with the airbox mod and the header, and the red line is the Kraftwerks kit. So this is one of the things that I really like about this kit, is it mimics the graph. If you see, obviously this one and this one is both horsepower, but you see obviously it climbs at a steeper rate, but it's got that same kind of shape, very linear. The more you rev it, the more power it makes, but it's in the same relation to engine RPM. So it gives you that S2000 feel, just a whole lot more. Alright, so here we are at 94 degrees. I just did 2 or 3 back-to-back runs just to make sure everything's good. 419, 267. And again, nice smooth graph. Air fuel is good all the way through. Good torque graph. Fantastic. We'll call this one done. Beautiful car. And that's our engine bay. Look how nice that looks. So he requested the pipes in gunmetal, and we did that, as well as our radiator, the wrinkle valve cover. He wanted the gold centerpiece, and I like it. It looks good. It's the black kit with the silver intercooler, which in this light, kind of hard to tell. There it is. So it's exactly what I was looking for. A couple of little TLC things that we did. Of course, the battery tie, our VTEC solenoid cover, and we did the headlights too. I said, you know what, we're pulling the bumper off, send the headlights down, we'll put them in for you. So we assembled those, installed them, and did the LED bulbs, which maybe if I can get some darker light, I'll show you those. But on the spin the wheel, he won a free tank of gas. So rather than giving him a free tank of gas and then burning up all his gas on the dyno, the dyno's finished. So George and I are gonna go to the Shell gas station and let's get some gas. That is cool. I know for some of the people up in Canada right now, they're dealing with snow. I think it's Calgary has just got a foot of snow. You know, I saw a little bit of snow in the freezer last night when I was getting some ice out. There's just a little bit on the side. It was cold.
A little bit of snow in your ice cream?
Yeah. Looked like I closed the door. I was back to a comfortable 78 degrees in the house. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make fun. This is certainly a popular place today, isn't it? All the pumps on this side are empty. If you want to spin her around, just watch out for...
See what everyone else is doing, thing.
Yeah, watch out for pickup truck guy.
I'll do it this way.
Pickup truck guys are very unpredictable. Almost as bad as minivan guys. Alright, for those that don't know, that's where the gas cap goes. Don't drop it and bounce it on the paint. I see that, it makes me cringe. It sits right there, look.
Harley Davidson is opening their own
Alright, that's about it.
Amazon to sell apparel and other Harley brand merchandise. That was
Remember, never top up. So, I got off cheap that time, right? Let's take a look at that free tank of gas. Nice. Alright, let's take it back to the shop. We'll give it a quick wipe down, double check everything, call the customer. Alright, so it is actually done a little bit ahead of schedule, and that is the case on almost every build I do, right from the late 90s when I was working on the Hondas, I would tell people engine swap times of 4 days. Meanwhile, day 3, I'm driving the car, testing it, cleaning it, making sure everything is as perfect as I could get it. So that way the customer's not driving up and, you know, I'm still finishing up tightening bolts. That would be no good. It doesn't look good and it stresses you out. I like to be finished ahead of time, and then if we have TLC things we want to do, we have time to do it.